You are hearing from Dr. Alexander Chisango from Harare, Zimbabwe here, once more in connection with inviting you guys all over the world to attend the next summit of the World Economic Congress, which is the International 2017 Summit, taking place in Harare, Zimbabwe, 7 to 9 November. And the theme that we are looking at this year is Reconstructing Africa Beyond Limitations, an integrated and collaborative approach. Now, who is invited? Who is to come? This is a task assigned and required for the giants to come, the giants in building nations. We are looking at nation builders from the house of God, nation builders who are in the corporate world, and nation builders who are also in the governmental, legislative, and opinion-making arenas, the financial world. They are all expected in Harare, Zimbabwe, November 7 up to 9 this year, 2017. Now, we are looking at turning around the continent of Africa. There will be presentations of game-changer solutions for reconstructing the continent. Africa is one of the high potential continents of the world, being home to the highest and largest number of natural resources that now have to be unlocked, both for the benefit of the people of Africa, as well as to bring the best contribution to the progress of the whole world. And so the entire kingdom of God worldwide is going to join hands together in this divine mandate and making sure that we come together and in an integrated and collaborative fashion, we put together on the table strategic solutions in all fields, but led by the economic strategies and economic models. So right now the process is underway in every country, in every continent, but more so in the continent of Africa, identifying the top decision makers, the nation builders. This is your time. If you are a nation builder in any sector that God has put you, this is your time. We are looking at statesmen to be present. We are looking at corporate CEOs and chairpersons of companies, entrepreneurs, bishops and archbishops and apostles, all the marketplace leaders, leaders of business fellowships. We are all needed to be there in Harare. You can find more information as you go online, www.worldeconomiccongress.com. And you can also write by email to info@worldeconomiccongress.com. Don't miss this summit, World Economic Congress, International Summit 2017, Harare, Zimbabwe. And the theme is Reconstructing Africa Beyond Limitations, an integrated and collaborative approach. The time has come for the business sector, the church sector, as well as to collaborate with governments and build entire continents, build entire nations. And this is a door. It's an opportunity where businesses will win in terms of capturing and securing huge markets for strategic and important products that you are doing and important services that you have been releasing in small corners. Now the whole world is going to be open. We are expecting government leaders from various nations to be present and key decision makers. So you are all welcome. God bless you. You are fully invited. Dr. Alexander Chisango, President of the World Economic Congress, will be waiting for you. The Advisory Council will be waiting for you. The Management Committee will be waiting for you. Different nations in the Southern Africa region are all working together to prepare to receive you as you come. God bless you. Now, in November last year, 2016, when the World Economic Congress gathered leaders from 4 continents for the inaugural summit, the adopted resolution was to say we are going to go for it, we are going to unveil the beginning of a kingdom economy, which is a righteous economy, which is a more justiciable kind of an economy where everybody has a share and everybody is productive. Now, during the period from January 2017 until now, 7 countries have launched chapters for the implementation of a kingdom economy. So we've established general assemblies for the economy, we've established business chambers, and also shareholding systems managed and enforced through a participatory holding company, where churches can buy shares, where individuals can buy shares, therefore allowing community members, believers, to become direct owners and direct people that directly participate in the economy in terms of control, in terms of ownership. So that process is happening. Like Micah chapter 4 verse 4 says, every man shall sit under his own fig tree, and every man shall sit under his own vine. And when he says man, he's speaking spiritually, he's not speaking about male or female. It's generic, it's covering everybody. So that process is underway right now. People in different cities and different countries across the regions of the world are already networking as business chambers and sharing opportunities, sharing markets, sharing economic research and information, and therefore collaborating in terms of wealth creation and investments. And that process is exciting. So Summit 2017, with the theme now of reconstructing Africa beyond limitations and being an integrated and collaborative approach, that theme is bringing in a new and heightened level whereby the model of a righteous economy is going to be deployed to become a primary model for rebuilding and building further the continent of Africa to the next level. You know, in Africa we've got the Agenda 2063, which is a 50-year strategic goal towards building Africa economically and transforming the social landscape. Now, the Kingdom of God is going to be a leading partner to the whole continent, and working with everybody in the continent and working also with international partners so that we, the Kingdom of God, especially in Africa, we take ownership for the reconstruction of that continent and removing the previous limitations in terms of trade, in terms of entrepreneurship, and taking control of the fulfillment of what God has been laying in our hearts for all along. So all of you are invited to take part in this summit. Now the next summit, which is World Economic Congress 2017 International Summit, it's now bringing the model of the kingdom economy to a place of practical nation building, practically building the continent of Africa for the benefit of the people of Africa as well as for the benefit of the whole world, because Africa is the greatest reserve tank, if you like it, of all the wealth, the best of the wealth in the whole world on land. It's located in this continent of Africa. And so we are going to be showcasing how it is that in terms of agriculture, food security, industrialization, health services, training and education services, entrepreneurship, nutrition, businesses, everything is going to be put together and showcased during this summit of 2017, November 7 up to 9. And there will be adoption of specific models for rebuilding the continent of Africa in all sectors of the economy and social life and livelihoods. So there are timelines that are going to be put in place as well, because organizations will be working together. The ecclesia, the church, the kingdom of God will be working together in a manner that has never been seen before. The corporate world will be working together, and everybody will be in it. The youth, the women. But also the major issue is that top decision makers, top solution leaders are going to be attending this summit, including statesmen will be present, government ministers will be present, policymakers in the house of God will be present, the Josephs, the Daniels, the prophets are needed so that we can all receive encouragement, we can all receive alignment with what God is speaking. So this is a turn-around moment. This is a game-changer platform and summit for the whole world. And international partners, embassies and ambassadors are all going to be flying into Harare and gathering together so that we put our hands together and we collaborate. Once upon a time, nations collaborated in the rebuilding of Western Europe after the Second World War, and we saw what was built. Nations also worked together in the rebuilding of the USA after the Civil War there, and we saw what was built. In China, China was built to a place that the Chinese had determined for themselves, but this time around, it's time for Africa to be built beyond limitations and to the best, highest place. And we are partnering together with the Agenda 2063 also, which has been put together by all the states in Africa, so that in the next 50 years, we produce a new game in the continent in terms of business, in terms of social transformation and economy in general. It's never going to be the same. Don't miss this summit. Now, as we are talking about reconstructing Africa beyond limitations, this is a call to everyone who is a nation builder, who has a heart and a burden for seeing nations built higher, greater, and into their ultimate spaces. Now, we have set out a system of preparations whereby there are 7 different committees working towards the preparations, but key in those committees and among those committees is the issue that churches must mobilize one another so that we all take part in the rebuilding of the continent. God's time has come. Again, the players in Africa in terms of the business world, the economic world, the government sectors, we must all begin to challenge and mobilize one another so that we come to the table to work together. And then there is also the international community. We have a special committee dealing with international liaison, because the international community, there are some people out there who may not be of Africa or from Africa, but they are global and they have a heart to work with those that are working to build their nations, such as what Africa will be doing now in partnership with the church. So what now is on the table is that it's your time to come and partner. Write to us, connect with us. There is room for you. There is room for you to specifically come and exhibit, as well as showcase and present the model that you have built up, what you have designed, that can change the game, that can change the slow pace that services have been happening and coming. Prepare to come and showcase, prepare to come and exchange with the whole continent and with other players and other stakeholders from the rest of the world. So there is room for you to take part as part of the international liaison. There is logistical mobilization as well. There are so many other strategic countries and strategic organizations that were already having plans and programs for Africa. This is your time to come and collaborate in an integrated way, in a systematic way, in a strategic way. Come on the table and let's share what you have, and then let's coordinate that together and make sure that within the shortest space of time we have rebuilt Africa beyond limitations. So would like to appreciate the others that have rolled out their blueprints. So another time, the European Union, led by Germany especially, they were talking of a Marshall Plan for Africa. Okay, we appreciate what you have done, but this is also your time to come onto the table. Share with us what you are having on your table so that we moderate it, we share it, we exchange what you have, we see how to collaborate, how to build synergies. We are going to work together with the whole world, and this is our time to come together. So write to us, info@worldeconomiccongress.com, or go on to the website, get more contacts, www.worldeconomiccongress.com. You can even write to me personally, Dr. Chisango, at worldeconomiccongress.com, and we'll be able to respond to you. You can find even us on Facebook, and if you Google for us, you find us there on Facebook. Write to us, connect with us. November 7 to 9, we must all be in Harare. There are not only opportunities to contribute through payment of registration fees, but we need strategic partners, those that can come with millions of dollars to say, because by the way, we are establishing and announcing during the summit and unveiling an Africa Reconstruction Fund, so that the theme of the summit can then continue to be a strategic and ongoing program after the summit. So nation builders are not going to sit down and disappear from the table after the summit, but the actual work will be increasing and intensifying. So there is the Africa Reconstruction Fund, which is going to come into position. So be part to it, contribute to it through your corporate social responsibility portfolios, as well as through your strategic businesses, trade, development, partnerships. This is the time for us to all come together and make sure that we have worked together and to build this. Some of you can assign your special resources and treasures and your special trust funds towards contributing towards the Africa Reconstruction Fund, because there will be an Africa Reconstruction Council which will be continuing to oversee, comprising of strategic leaders, nation builders, not only from Africa but also from beyond, who will be in charge of these things. And so they will include our most esteemed corporate leaders, statesmen, and clergymen working together to make this very possible. You are most welcome. We invite you to come to Harare, Zimbabwe. This is your time. Let's come and work together. Because the World Economic Congress 2017, because the theme is reconstructing Africa beyond limitations, being an integrated and collaborative approach. So we've had to set up diversified preparations and diversified locations of those preparations. So the countries of Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, South Africa, are working together in the forefront, supported also by Zambia, Namibia, Botswana, Mozambique, and all these surrounding countries are working together to make sure that the summit is effectively hosted and people are effectively received to this gathering. So Michael Cerf, who is the head of the Transformational Leadership Institute in South Africa, and also head of the Global CEOs Roundtable all over the world, but based in South Africa, which is his home country. He is part of our management committee for the World Economic Congress 2017 International Summit. So he is moving around the country of South Africa with a team and making all the stakeholders in South Africa and internationally ready. So I'm going to welcome him to come and speak out his heart and speak to the whole world and speak to you He has a great passion for the CEOs. Great passion. You will see him in a moment. Welcome, Mike. Come and take your place and speak to the people concerning the World Economic Congress 2017 International Summit. God bless you.
Mike Cerf, Group CEOs, Transformational Leadership Institute, and head of the CEO Global Roundtables, which are running in South Africa and forming up around the globe, as well as an executive of the World Economic Congress and the preparation executive team in South Africa, in particular, as well as SADC, in preparing for the World Economic Congress in November. CEOs around the world are meeting in roundtables and this is making a huge difference in their lives. In South Africa, we are seeing tremendous transformation in the lives of every CEO and every organization that teams up together in a roundtable setting with other CEOs, with other organizational heads, in fact. And so we invite you to come to Harare. The opportunity will be described for you. All the benefits will be explained. You'll be able to speak to many of the CEOs that have been involved in roundtables for a long time. And the opportunity exists for you to take your leadership and your transformational leadership put to a much higher level as it is at the moment. And we encourage you, this is a moment to build your organization, to build your own leadership, and to be part of the great solution that is awaiting Africa. Become part of a solution-minded CEO where you are able to connect with many other CEOs, taking their lives to another levels, and in the same time your life will also go to another level. Your leadership will go to another level, and your organization will go to many new levels. This is your moment to grow your destiny and your calling to fulfill every part of the purpose that God has called you to. So come to Harare, find the details on the website. This is a phenomenal opportunity. November is your moment, 7 to 9 November in Harare. Please make every effort, get in touch with us, get in touch with me via the website, and I will happily enable you to understand more of the benefits that await you in Harare. This is your moment.
Now, just as Mike has spoken to the CEOs, I want to say to you, there is the whole month of November, from the founding of the World Economic Congress. We set it apart as Joseph Month every year, really being a window of time that God is opening the windows of heaven for the CEOs, for those people that are the top leadership, with opportunities for expanding your vision, expanding your calling, expanding also your operations, not just for your personal benefit or the financial benefit or profit benefit of your entity alone, but you will see the joy that will fill your heart as your assignment transforms nations. Your assignment wipes out unemployment. Your assignment creates wealth for generations beyond yourself. You'll see how your company, which initially was just working to build and to achieve profit-making targets, you'll begin now to have bigger targets that God will bless. So the month of November is a Joseph month. So it's really a month for the CEOs and corporate leaders to be realigned with the great I am, who is the God of all flesh, who is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. It's a time for God to expand your thinking. So don't miss that gathering. If you are a top decision maker, whether in the corporate world, in the policy making world, legislation, or whether you are in the world of the house of God, you are needed there, including international organizations and humanitarian organizations, social organizations, top decision makers. Come to the World Economic Congress Summit 2017 in Harare, November 7 up to 9. meet you there, find out more information, get engaged, start communicating and start sharing with friends. Finding us on www.worldeconomiccongress.com. Send us information, send us your email on info@worldeconomiccongress.com. Send me directly, Dr. Chisango at worldeconomiccongress.com. See you in Harare, November 7 up to 9, 2017. God richly bless you. Partner with that vision right now. Set aside a huge contribution and come to participate. Come with your model and let it be shared with others. Rub shoulders with great people and you'll never be at the same level again. God bless you.